Say go, New York, go, New York, go. Say go, New York, go, new team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City unis, boy, they stay clean. I just caught mine off of Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
What's going on, everybody? You see it, we back, baby! Pew, 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 pew. We back, okay? We are back. Thank you for tuning in to SKF Weekly. Man, it's a interesting time right now, man. You know, we got the NBA playoffs. Our New York Knicks are up 3-1 on the Detroit Pistons. We're feeling good. Hey, it hasn't been as pretty as we'd like it to be, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is the W's and the L's. Yes. All that matters is the W's and the L's. That's what we care about. And so far, Knicks are up 3-1, having a chance to close out the Detroit Pistons tomorrow night at home. Something they haven't been able to do in years. Like, they haven't been able to close out a series on their home court in quite some time. So this could be a beautiful thing. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are all doing okay. Salute to you all. Happy Monday. Another busy night as usual. You know how we do. Let me just say what's up to everybody. Thank you guys for being patient and waiting. You know how it is. Sometimes, things, we got to get stuff together. But shout out to the 713 Gamer in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Salute. Appreciate you. Shout out to Crim's dad. Appreciate you, my guy. Another member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Lena Franklin is in the building. Let's go, Lena. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Joey, Rip 'em Up Sports is in the building. What's going on? Our guy Dripmore is in the building. Preferred barber of Still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Let's go. Shout out to my guy JJ in the building. What up, JJ? Salute. What's going on, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as always. Jay Chosen is in the building, another member of the SKF Army. What's going on, Jay? Hope you're doing well. It was a pleasure chopping it up with you this past weekend, and also on last week's show on this past Monday that passed. So if y'all haven't checked that out, that was pretty cool. Watching me and Jay hold it down up here. Shout out to Randu in the building. What up, Randu? Good to see you. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Shout out to all of you guys, man. I appreciate you guys so much for showing the love and popping in. Let me see here. I just went past. Oh, there it is. Shout out to L. Damn it, in the building. Pew, 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 pew. What up, L? Good to see you. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army and all that you do. You know what you are, and you know who you are to us. So appreciate you. Shout out to HRM Great in the building. Salute. Bagger Jones is in the building. What up, Bagger? Good to see you, my guy. Said tomorrow is a must win for us because Boston will beat Orlando next game. We need as many days off to prepare for them. I'm with you on that. I agree. Shout out to Johnny Davis in the building. Salute. Shout out to Prezi the boss in the building. What's going on, Prezi? Shout out to Darren Wilkerson in the building. What's going on, Darren? All right. And M. Gene is in the building, another member of the SKF Army. What up, M. Gene? Salute to you. Yeah, once again, appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We appreciate you over here. We're trying to grow. Okay. All right. I think I said what's up to everybody so far that's popped in. If I missed you, I apologize. You know how it is. Not for lack of trying, just I might have missed you. Okay, but anyway, tonight, we're able to feel good about what's possibly could happen tomorrow. I mean, Detroit has been a tough team. They've given the Knicks a lot of problems, And the thing is, what it does is it makes you look at the team and say, man, we got to clean this up. We got to get right. And I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? We knew going into this series that Detroit was going to be one of those teams that gave the Knicks problems. And if nothing else, even if we win the games, they were going to force the Knicks to struggle a little bit, which is good, man. It prepares them, because it only gets harder from here, guys. If they have to go up against Boston, next series, which they will, that's going to be tough. So, yeah, man, this is good. At least it wasn't like no cakewalk. Every game was tough. We won a couple games, in the last seconds, and, Detroit fans are complaining. But look, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all watch these games just like I watch the games. Detroit was trying to impose their will on the Knicks this whole series. They were physical. They weren't. The good thing about, I will say this: they were physical, but they weren't like overly dirty. They didn't play defense like Miami plays defense. So I give them credit for that. They weren't overly dirty. I know the last game, Josh Hart went up in the air and it looked like Jalen Duren like kind of maybe elbowed him, but I think Duren was trying to pull up. But he did elbow him a little bit, which knocked him onto the ground. But I don't think he was trying to do that. The difference is when you see Miami playing defense, they trying to hit dudes. They trying to hit them with the elbows. They trying to take out your legs. It's a different thing. So the only thing I will say that Detroit was trying to do, especially in this last game, they were trying to get Cat thrown out that game. You guys saw there was a couple moments where Tobias Harris and other guys, they were trying to get Cat out of it mentally so that he would get thrown out of that game. I mean, as soon as Tobias Harris saw Cat pick up his fourth foul, he went right to him, just for no reason. They wasn't even looking at each other. All of a sudden, Tobias Harris looks up and looks at his face and starts talking crap. It's like he automatically knew, oh, he's got 4 fouls. Oh, maybe I can get him out the game now. Maybe I can take it, maybe I can make him do something stupid. So it's just like, they try to be smart. Look, I don't care what nobody says. They're not more talented than the Knicks. So you might as well try to be smart. You might as well try to do whatever you can to get an advantage. But whatever. Shout out to Corey Lindsay in the building. What's going on, Corey? Good to see you as always. Yeah, man. I just think that the Knicks so far have held strong. They've showed some toughness. They've showed some heart. Especially I think the last 2 games they've been really like the last 2 games they've been ready to play. They've been ready to play. So let's take a look at what took place in this last game. I'm just looking at the box score. Sorry, guys. I was actually trying to get the highlights together. I was going to put it together for you guys, but for whatever reason, I don't know if there's something going on with my system. Maybe I needed to restart it. But the NBA.com, every time I clicked the videos weren't loading. So it is what it is. We make do. But anyway, in this game, it came down to the wire. We know what happened. And let's get it out the way right now. I mean, look, it is what it is. Did Tim Hardaway Jr. get fouled on that last play? Yes, he did. But it wasn't as clear cut as people make it seem. It's not like Josh Hart jumped up in the air. He had his hands like this, and he was very close to Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway knew that Josh Hart's jumping close to him, and he did lean into him a little bit to draw a little bit of contact. The problem is it threw him off his shot. He was probably better off just jumping straight up, and maybe he would have had an opportunity to get the shot off. But no, he tried to get the contact a little bit while he was shooting it, and that's where he went wrong. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, they've been calling stuff on the Knicks, for the whole series, putting Detroit at the line. And then Detroit has been getting away with physical play, and they haven't been calling all the stuff that has been happening. There was a couple things that happened in that fourth quarter that they let go. They let them play. So you got to let it go. Just like, shout out to whoever put this up on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. There is before that play happened, there's a video that is slowed down and they took a still frame of it. Before the ball even got to Tim Hardaway Jr., apparently I don't know if it was Tobias Harris or who it was, the person stepped out of bounds, right? So really, if the refs had seen that, the game could have been over right there. Tim Hardaway never would have got a shot, and we wouldn't be talking about this, which is what I wish would have happened, but the refs didn't see it. So it is what it is. All right, so back to the stats. Once again, the Knicks won 94-93 to take a 3-1 lead in Game 4. OG Anunoby in this one struggled. He was 3 of 13, 0 of 3 from the field. He only had 2 rebounds. This wasn't a great game offensively for OG. This was really bad, considering he played 40 minutes, 39 minutes. He did have 3 steals, but, he struggled offensively. So it's going to happen. It is what it is. Josh Hart, Josh Hart had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. That's a pretty damn good game by Josh Hart, guys. And his 3 ball was working a little bit. He hit 3. He was 3 of 5 from 3, 4 of 9 from the field. Not too bad. Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, he had an okay game for the most part until we got to the fourth quarter, and then he looked incredible. So yeah, he finished with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist on 10 of 23 shooting, 5 of 7 from 3. I mean, the guy is just an incredible shooter from outside. So I don't blame people when they say, man, he should be pulling more than he normally does. But, it's within limits, but I get it. He's a really incredible shooter. Then you had Mikal Bridges. And I'm going to say something after I go through these numbers. Then you have Mikal Bridges, who played 43 minutes. Jeez. Was 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. He had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block. 8 points he finished with. Jalen Brunson had 32 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds, 1 block. He was 13 of 26 for 50% from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 57%. He played 38 minutes. He had a really good game, incredible game for Jalen Brunson, especially after the fact that he got hurt. We all saw him go out the game. He came back and scored 15 points coming back after being injured. So that was incredible. And then, Cameron Payne played 7 minutes, had 0 points, but he had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Deuce McBride, Miles played 18 minutes, 18:57, so basically 19 minutes. He was 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. He hit a couple free throws. He had 1 rebound. He finished with 5 points. Mitchell Robinson played 9 minutes, had 3 rebounds. That's it. Landry Shamet played 44 seconds. 44 seconds. So when you look at this box score, hold on. Let's get to a little bit more before I continue. So the Knicks basically shot 37% from the field. That's atrocious, right? But they shot 45% from 3, which is crazy. Talk about a flip. You don't see that too often for many basketball teams, but especially the Knicks. They shot 11 of 18 from the free throw line for 61%. That wasn't good. They had 38 rebounds. They had 19 assists. They couldn't even get to 20 assists, guys. And they had 11 steals, which is great. And they had 10 turnovers. 10 turnovers is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Now, on the flip side, Tobias Harris had 18 and 8. Jalen Duren had 6, 17, and 4. Quiet as kept, Duren has been pretty solid. I know I've been looking at Detroit fans and what they've been saying. They haven't been happy. I don't know what you expect from Jalen Duren, but, he's been pretty solid. Asur Thompson had 8 and 4. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 14 and 2 rebounds. Cade Cunningham had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 blocks. Kid is special. He really is. And Malik Beasley showed up finally for them. He had 13 points and 5 rebounds. And I think they got they only got 6 points from Dennis Schroeder uh, in 26 minutes. So, but they finished with 54 rebounds to the Knicks 38, right? And they had 18 assists, one less than the Knicks. They had 17 turnovers though. That's terrible. They shot 82% from the free throw line, 14 of 17. They shot 42% from the field, which that's not great either. Uh, they shot 7 of 29 from three, which is terrible. So basically, I wanted to read all of the numbers to say this. The Knicks should have lost this game. That's what I wanted to say, guys. The Knicks really didn't play good enough to win this game, but they won. You know what I mean? So that just shows the type of fight the Knicks have, and the will. But those numbers, three guys scoring double figures, you get 8 points from Bridges, 8 points from Anunoby, 5 points from Deuce. The Knicks shouldn't have won this game, but they did. Shout out to the Knicks, baby. Let's go. Shout out to them boys. And that's the only thing that when I look at this series, there's been two games like this where the Knicks won and probably shouldn't have won. And I'm not talking about what happened in the last seconds. I'm not talking about no calls I'm just talking about how they played overall as a team. They probably wouldn't have beat a lot of teams the way they played. So it's something to look at. It's just something to pay attention to. Because I gotta say, man, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, this ain't gonna get it done against a lot of teams. Definitely ain't gonna get it done against Boston. But then again, Detroit is a different style of defense. They're more physical. Boston is a good defense, but they're not as physical. So the Knicks will probably still get opportunities to get shots and do different things. So I'll expect them to score more points. It's just a different style. It's still a very good defense and it can stifle them, but it just won't be as physical. So maybe that'll benefit the Knicks because, yeah, you know, it's crazy. Shout out to Double A in the building. What's good, Double A? I see you. He said we can't continue to win with 4 or 5 bench points. I mean, it's atrocious. But look, I know, there's a lot of people that are upset with Tom Thibodeau about his usage of the bench. There's other people that are upset with just what the bench has done overall. I'm gonna say it's a combination of both. And I'm also going to say that I just think Tom Thibodeau is also not using the right bench pieces. I think, hold on, you guys might not be able to hear me. I'm going to try to, my. Okay, cool. No, but I had to reset my headset, so I wanted to make sure you guys still hear me. But it sounds like you do. Okay, cool. All right. So, I think, that Tibbs should figure out a way to play Precious Achua in tomorrow's game, even if it's just for a little bit, because you don't know what you're going to need in this next series. You can't have these guys coming off the bench cold with no type of rhythm whatsoever. I think he needs to try to put Precious in there for a little bit of time, and I really think he needs to give DeLon Wright some burn, yo. Give DeLon Wright some burn and see what he can do out there. Because as much as you want to say that I got to play my guys the way they're playing their guys, they're not playing their guys as much as we are. They're close, but it's not quite as much. And also, I mean, don't get me wrong. We need these guys out there. OG needs to be out there, but he don't need to be out there 40 minutes. You're only going to get so much good defense from a guy and he's playing 40 minutes. Same thing with Mikal Bridges. Like, Mikal Bridges scored 8 points. He shot terrible as well. And it's not like he had anybody on lock. Cade Cunningham had a triple-double. Like, and that goes for both him and OG. So I don't know if this is necessarily working out the way Tibbs thinks it's working. You know what I mean? We're able to stay in the game. We're able to win the game in the end. But I just think that he might need to reassess what he's got going on, because it's not necessarily paying dividends. Um, I don't know what's shout out to M Gene. I don't know what's going on with Mitch. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know. I mean, they say he was a little under the weather or whatever, but like Mitch. The other thing with the Knicks too, and I don't want to read too much into this right now. I'd rather talk about it in the off season after I've seen the full playoffs and seeing how these guys perform. But if I was just looking at things from what I've seen right now, I would think that the Knicks probably need to move on from Mitch because I just don't know if he can be healthy long term. And honestly, has he been helpful to the team? Yes, they've needed him. But has he made the type of impact that I thought he was going to make? No, not at all. I thought he was going to be like Cleveland Cavalier Mitch, and he has not been nowhere near that. He hasn't even been that on the rebounding side. So, and I'm not knocking him. I know it takes a while. When you have an injury like that kept you out almost damn near the whole season, it takes a while to come back from it. I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm a team that's looking to win a championship and I want to put my best players and put, give myself the best possible chance to win. I don't know if I stay with Mitch next year. I think I might have to figure out a way to move on. So stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. I like Mitch and I like what he can do. I just haven't seen him be as dominant as he's been in the past. So I'm just wondering what's up with that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And who knows? Maybe going up against a different team, you know, different environment, different players brings out the best in Mitch. Because I think one thing about that Boston team is that the backup center. And I'm not talking about Luke Cornett. I'm talking about that other dude, the African American fellow. He might bring out the best in Mitch. They might go at it. So we'll see. Um, Let me see here. Somebody else had said something and I saw. I think I lost it. Man. Shout out to you guys. Oh, Nostalgic Nick is in the building. Salute to you. What's going on? Hope you're doing all right. Uh, Wonder Woman is here. Let's go. What up, Wonder Woman? Good to see you. I don't know where it was. Walter Blackman is in the building. What up, Walter? Good to see you, my guy. I don't know. Maybe I lost it. It's okay. Whatever. Maybe it'll just come back to me. Um, hmm. Yeah, I can't find it now. I don't know where it is. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm thinking tomorrow I feel good about the Knicks closing it out. I already told you guys that I felt like the Knicks were going to win in 5. I still feel that way. So why not get it done tomorrow? Get some home cooking. I'm actually expecting tomorrow to be a blowout, guys. And I know that sounds crazy because we haven't seen the Knicks get close to a blowout. Every time, the most they've gotten that last game was 15-point lead, and it went like that. As soon as they got to 15, Detroit cut that sucker in half quickly. Um, but I feel like tomorrow, I feel like this is what's going to happen. I feel like the Knicks are going to come out the gate on fire. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just feel like they will come out the gate hot, and Detroit will start to feel that pressure, right? And then I also feel like once they come out the gate hot, um, Tibbs might play some guys and actually give them a couple minutes. I think he might allow Shamet to get in there and see if Shamet has something to add on to the lead. That's what I'm hoping for. And we got to see what happens. And I also feel like that home cooking. I feel like the Garden is going to be going crazy. The Knicks will be up 3-1. They want the fans want them to close it out. I feel like the energy is going to be off the charts. So I feel like that's going to fuel the Knicks too. Josh Hart's going to be running through the wall. He's going to be dunking his head in the rim. Like he's going to go crazy. Like, so I'm just thinking like that's going to be enough energy, and the Knicks are going to have that hot shooting that the Detroit's going to start pressing. And once they start pressing, right? and then we start playing that defense and they start turning over the ball because they're not good at holding the rock, we can put them away. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. But since we're here, and most likely I won't be talking about this again until Saturday, unless I do a show in the middle of the week, which I could do maybe on Wednesday if the Knicks wrap up the series. We got to look at, the next opponent. We got to look at Boston and what's going on with Boston. I was feeling a little good about the fact that, I know that Jalen Brown is a little banged up. I know Jason Tatum was a little banged up. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe catching them at this time will be good for the Knicks because they're not full strength. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? You take whatever you get, whatever advantage you have. The Knicks play at not full strength all throughout the year, and teams don't say nothing about that. They just go out there and do what they got to do, right? So I was just hoping, maybe we might see that. But then I looked at Game 4 between Boston and Orlando, and them two fellas look fine. they look like they had no problems. So I'm like, it is what it is. I did notice that Drew Holiday wasn't playing, so I don't know. Maybe I haven't been paying attention. Is Drew Holiday hurt? Because I wasn't paying attention, but I know he didn't play in that game. Jason Tatum finished with 37 and 14, 3 assists and 3 steals. Seems fine to me. Jalen Brown finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. He seems fine as well. And they both played 40 minutes. Jalen played 41 and Jason played 42. So, yeah. Then you got Kristaps chipping in his 19. Very efficient in a little amount of time. 22 minutes, he had 19 points and 5 rebounds. And then Derek White played 40 minutes and had 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. But you know what? I have noticed one thing, guys. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I got to look at more of their games. I've noticed their bench hasn't been as explosive as it was in the regular season. Like, you're not getting crazy numbers from Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser. But, I'm curious. Let me see here. I got to check what's going on. Let me see if I can see the previous games. In a second. See what they got going on here. I got to go back this far. Jeez. All right, so this was the most recent. Let me see this one. I could be wrong. That's just what I've been noticing. So the game before this one, which was Game 3, Peyton Pritchard had 3 points. Sam Hauser had 0. Okay, let me see if we can look before that. This game, let me see. Peyton Pritchard had 14 in this one, but Sam Hauser had 0 once again. Huh. This is interesting. And Drew Holiday played in that one. They may not be as, almighty as we thought, fellas. I mean, and ladies. Like, maybe there's some room there for the Knicks. Just saying. I mean, granted, Orlando might have been playing them. Orlando's got a solid defensive team too. Maybe they've made it a little tougher for some of the guys. Hopefully the Knicks can do that now that we're a full, healthy squad. We'll see. But honestly, even though I know how good Boston has been, I still do think that the Knicks can beat Boston. They can't sweep them. They can't beat them in 5. I don't even know if they could beat them in 6. It might take a 7-game series for the Knicks to be able to beat Boston. Yeah. I don't see it going any other way. I see it being a very difficult task for the Knicks to beat Boston in anything less than 7. Yeah. Shout out to Mets 2128. Said Cleveland won by 55 to sweep the Heat. That's nuts, man. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man. These good teams, they're good and they're taking care of business. Cleveland's taking care of business. We talk about Boston being banged up. They still taking care of business. They still went up 3-1. Oh, they saw the Knicks. Oh, the Knicks won. They went up 3. Oh, we definitely gonna win it and go up 3-1. So they're not fooling around. And then Cleveland's doing their thing, like I said. But OKC, whatever. OKC is a beast, y'all. OKC is a beast. Okay, Drew. Thanks, JJ. Drew has a hamstring strain. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, we can't get too far. Shout out to G-Man78 in the building. What up, G-Man? We can't get too far ahead of ourselves when it comes to this. First things first, right? Because the Knicks, sometimes when we think can take care of something to get things over with, they don't make things easy on themselves. And we don't need that. The bottom line is, before thinking about Boston or worrying about anything else, Knicks need to take care of business tomorrow and get this game done with. And hope that maybe Orlando forces another game with Boston so they have to work harder and we get a little bit more rest. That's what we got to hope for. Double A says we could easily be down 1-3, winning on strength with head coach making it harder by putting it all on the starters. By not giving them help, we get blown by the teams with the bench. You ain't wrong. That's been the case most of the regular season, and it could be the case in the playoffs. Shout out to Corey Lee in the building, a member of the SKF Army. What up, Corey? One of them 718 boys. Appreciate you. Shout out to East Blue Drew in the building. Good to see you. He said Boston always takes us seriously. We need to do the same. I agree, East Blue Drew. Shout out to Nick Yak in the building. Said Boston is struggling too. Or you, dude, I thought they were struggling. Let me tell you something. The games are close, and they're not losing, and they're banged up, and they're still winning. Like, their two best players is banged up, and they still winning. So I mean, yeah, I get it. It's not easy for them, but they're not in trouble. So that's what I'm saying. Appreciate you, Corey. Thank you, my guy. Double A says this ain't done yet, Ron. Remember, we are playing 9-on-6. Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, tomorrow, I hope the Knicks come out hot out the gate, right? I hope they come out hot out the gate, and that forces Tom Thibodeau to say, you know what? This is the best time to rest these guys. You guys are hot. We got a nice little lead. Let me bring in Shaman and let him cook a little bit. I'm telling you, it would be very smart for Tom Thibodeau to say, we want to wrap this series up tomorrow. We're going to go into a new series versus Boston, who is a different type of team, and they're going to light us up. We got to fight fire with them. So we're going to need to score. None of this, the Knicks I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to win not one single game against Boston scoring less than 100 points. You ain't winning in the 90s versus Boston. Okay? So he better find a way to get his guys incorporated into the game so they can develop some rhythm again, because he's going to need that shooting in that Boston series. I'm telling you, I don't know what he's waiting for, but I get it. He may not feel as confident with what he's seen from certain guys when they're out there. Maybe they look like they got like a deer in headlights. I don't know, but he better do something, because we're gonna need. Oh, that's another thing. By the way, outside of that, me saying that it'll take 7 games for us to beat Boston, most likely, we not beating Boston the way we playing right now. We're not beating Boston if we're not getting nothing from Deuce. We're not beating Boston if we're not getting nothing from Shamit. We're not beating Boston if we're not getting nothing from Payne. I'm telling you guys right now. You're hearing me say it right now. Never forget what I said. We're not doing it. We ain't going to beat this team if we don't get something from these guys. So I don't know what Tibbs is thinking. He better figure it out if he wants to go further in the playoffs and show the fans and his haters something. He got to play these guys and get them in rhythm, because we're going to need them. And yeah, we'll see what happens with Precious. I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing about Precious. I would hope Precious plays tomorrow at some point, especially if something's going on with Mitch. I hope it's not. But like if he's just like under the weather or like sick, why not play Precious a little bit tomorrow? If you need Mitch, you bring him in there. But if not, why not play Precious? You want to get Karl Anthony Towns going anyway. You want Karl Anthony Towns to cook. So he's going to play the majority of the minutes. Why not play Precious? I just get a little confused about it. And I don't think that what I'm saying is going to change the dynamic of what Tibbs is trying to do that much. So I don't think it's going to upset the wheel of what he's got going on. He could do a little bit more. All right? That's all I'm saying. We definitely do, bro. Yeah. Like I said before, man, if we were to lose the series versus Detroit, I think Tibbs would have to be out of here. But I didn't think we would, and the Knicks just are too talented, in my opinion, to lose to Detroit in a 7-game series. Boston, like I said, I don't know if we'll be able to beat them. Do I think we can beat them? Yes, but if we play the way I've seen us play versus Detroit in these 4 games, especially these last 2 games, I don't think we can win. We got to do something better. We got to change how our shooting percentage is atrocious. Our rebounding is terrible. The turnovers were really high. We've lowered them, but the turnovers were terrible. Like the free throw shooting was terrible. Like we got to get it together, guys. It's crazy to say a 3-1 team is playing bad, but the Knicks have been playing bad as a 3-1 team. Now maybe we'll look back and we'll realize, man, we had to give Detroit more credit than we thought. Their defense is a lot better than we think. That physical style of defense really upset the Knicks. Maybe that's what it is. But it doesn't explain the boxing out. It doesn't explain why we're not rebounding. It doesn't explain why you got Josh Hart, who averages around 8 rebounds a game, Karl Anthony Towns, who averages almost 13 rebounds a game, and Mitchell Robinson, who has been one of the best offensive rebounders in history of basketball. And he's not getting the rebounds. I don't know what's going on. Like Mitch is getting like 6, 7 rebounds here and there, 5, 6. Like I don't know what's happening. I know he's not playing a ton of minutes, but Mitch is a dominant offensive rebounder. I'm not seeing that. So I don't know. Nick Yak says, I can't wait to shut up our own fans in a Boston series. I don't know, Nick Yak. I mean, are you looking at what I'm looking at? Did you hear? I don't know if you came in late. Did you hear what I said the Knicks did in this past game? Like, you know what I mean? 38 rebounds to 50 something for Detroit. Shooting 45% from 3, which is great, but shooting 37% from the field. 19 assists. I don't know, man. Scoring less than 100 points in wait, how many games have the Knicks scored less than 100 points? Hold on. 1, 2. Okay, just 2. All right, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. I'm not as stressed. All right, so yeah, but definitely something to look at. East Blue Drew says, keep thinking we beating Boston the way we are when they trap Brunson and Cat and embarrass us like they did all season. Yeah, that is the problem. Like, and okay, and I know I already said that we're not gonna win and beat these guys if we don't get something from Deuce, we don't get something from Payne, we don't get something from Shamit. But even before that, more importantly than that, Boston is gonna try to take away Brunson. They're gonna try to take away Cat. They're gonna force the Knicks to use Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby to beat them. And these dudes need to step up. Mikal, man, if there was ever a time where Mikal has to be super special, it's going to be in this Boston series. Double A says, question, Ron, seriously, how far can we get with Tibbs madness. Tibbs enthusiasts enjoy the first round being our ceiling under him. I mean, honestly, look, we're a victim of circumstance, right? Because if the Knicks had to play anyone else in the second round, like I mean, when I say anyone else, I mean no Boston, no Cleveland. Do I think the Knicks can make it past the second round? Yes, I do. I don't care if they had to play Indiana. I know Indiana's played well. Indiana doesn't scare me as a Knicks fan. Okay. I don't care what they did last year. We were a hobble team. We had nobody. I know they've been playing pretty well lately. I don't care. I still think the Knicks could beat Indiana because the difference with Indiana is, yes, can they score? Can they shoot it from the outside? And that gives the Knicks problems. But guess what? They don't play the defense that Detroit plays. So the Knicks are going to be able to, especially with the team we got this year, when Cat's on fire, if McCall's cooking, if OG's cooking, we can blow them out. You know what I mean? Because they don't play defense the way these other teams play defense. So I'm not worried about them. So it's just a victim of circumstance. Unfortunately, we have to play Boston. Or if we was in the other division, we would have had to play Cleveland in the second round, which stinks. Though, you hope you play those teams in the finals, but it is what it is. Shout out to JM3 in the building. Says salute, Ron. What's going on, JM3? Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Since I got about 20 minutes or so left, why don't we put up the call up number, and if anybody wants to call up, we can get that going. Let me turn it on and make sure we can take some phone calls if anybody wants to call in. Let me get that going. Okay. I just turned it on. All right, we're good on that side. So just in case if anybody wants to call in, you are more than welcome. Shout out to Luna Jean in the building. What up, Luna? Good to see you. Appreciate you. If you guys can't see the number on the screen, it's 347-305-7280. Once again, it's 347-305-7280. Let's go, Luna. I know who this is. Caller, what's going on? You are live with SKF Weekly. Name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Ron, what's up? This Randu 1973. What's going on?
What up, Randu? What's popping, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Knicks got a shot to move to the second round after tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. I know. I feel. Are you confident that the Knicks can close out the series tomorrow?
Say that again.
I was saying, are you confident that the Knicks can close the series out tomorrow and win at home and get this done with?
Yeah. I feel good that they can pull it off tomorrow night.
Okay. Do you feel like is there anything that you wish they would be doing differently right now?
Well, I wish the bench was playing better.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, I hear you on that.
I wish.
But what about the starters? Like, is there anything you wish they were doing differently?
Well, I wish Matteo was playing a little bit better in the series. I wish OG was playing a little bit better.
Do you think
I want to say this though.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna say this. Once we win tomorrow night and get to the second round against Boston, I mean, the Knicks is really going to have to step it up a second round. Because like you just said, they can't play the same way against Detroit. They can't play against Boston the same way. They're going to have to step it up. And got to try to get the bench involved. Because we're gonna need good play off the bench to win this series.
Yeah, I agree. You're 100% right. They definitely got to take that game to the next level. If they want to, even if they want to compete, forget beating Boston in a 7-game series. If they want to compete, they're gonna have to step up their game so that we don't get swept.
Right.
Do you think that
definitely.
maybe the Knicks? Do you think that maybe the Knicks need to call more plays or more different sets to make the offense a little bit more? Basically, do you think they need to simplify things as far as not relying on the three so much, so that way they can start scoring easier in the paint?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because I the reason why I say that is because Boston is gonna like every people have been saying Boston is gonna try to take Brunson out the game. They're gonna try to take Cat out the game, right? And the first
Right.
way they're gonna start doing that is by pressing up on both of them, especially Cat. They're gonna try not to let Cat shoot that outside shot. So the Knicks gonna have to learn how to score inside again and get that paint flow going again. We're gonna have to score heavy in the paint, and plus that allows us to get better opportunities at easier baskets too. So we got to do something.
I feel OG, McCall, and Hart is gonna have to attack the basket more. You're gonna have to go into the paint better.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I agree with
Them
you.
three is gonna be a big key to beating Boston.
I agree with you 100%.
Them three and the bench. Them three and the bench.
Yep. I'm with you. And I think that's going to be very important, my brother. Hey, Randall, man, I appreciate you. I thank you for the call, my guy. I'm not trying to, I don't really want to rush you off, but I got some other people that's trying to get in.
I understand.
So I just want to get people's calls.
No problem.
Yeah, before we get out of here, you know what I mean? So, hey, man, listen.
No doubt.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your support, man. Tomorrow, hopefully, we get it done.
Same here, man. Always. All right.
All right, brother.
You have a good night. Later.
You too, my guy. Later, bro. Once again, that call-in number is 347-305-7280. Oh, we got somebody calling in right now. Let me see. So pick the caller. You are live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from. Oh, he hung up. We got somebody else coming in.
Hello?
All right. Hey, caller, you are live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from.
It's me, Unc. It's Max.
Hey, what's going on, Max? How you doing, brother?
I said Mets, not Max.
Oh, Mets. Oh, it's Mets. Oh, what up, Mets? What's going on, bro?
Not much. I'm going to be blunt. I do think we can slam the door on the Pistons tomorrow. But like the last guy said, Tibbs has got to get the bench more involved, and they got to be more productive. They've been basically non-existent this whole series. And when we get to round 2, we can't have that against Boston. But then again, I think we should be running a 10-man rotation, not 9. And I feel the guy who feels the most betrayed on that bench is Achua. Sure, he's not going to be very productive, but he could provide a bit of an energy-based spark.
I think you're right about that.
Think about
I mean, I'm not.
the
Yeah.
the whole year. You've relied on Achua basically as a third string backup center at worst and a utility power forward at best. And now that we're in the playoffs, you just had to backstab him and leave him to rot? Not cool, bro.
Yeah. I honestly, look, I know Achua hasn't been great at certain spans in the year, but I thought he played, much better down the stretch. And he looked good when we played Detroit the other day, and he had to be the focal point. I'm kind of surprised that he's the odd man out at this point. And I don't know what that means. Is the front office I don't want to think too much like conspiracy theories. I'm like, is the organization
I'm
basically
just
trying to
saying.
tell Achua, that he won't be here next year. I don't know what's happening here.
I'm just saying that for the better part of the last year and a half, when Mitch was down, when Randall was down, when Hartenstein was down last year, and when Cat went down this year, who was the fallback option? Achua. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
And now that we're in the playoffs, you decide to double cross him by leaving him on the bench with Kolek, McKellers, Cartier, Tucker, guys. You know the Tin Man is not going to bother using.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's basically the SOS I call him out for. No adaptability, rigid rotation, and a self-indulgent mindset of look at all these sacrifices I'm making to benefit the team, and no one's grateful. No, you're making sacrifices out of the team by betraying their trust, Thibodeau.
Well, listen, I can't
You want to
argue
make
with
a
you on this,
sacrifice
Mets. You
for the team? Widen your bench use.
Let me ask you something, Mets. Have you been following the Boston series at all?
Yeah, I mean, I know that they're banged up, but again, they've got pieces they can use as fallback options. We don't because we have a rigid dumbass for a coach.
Oh, I hear you. Now I was asking because I wanted to know if you'd seen how they've been playing. I haven't really, so I wanted to know if you've been
I saw
watching
the
them, so
first
you can give
game
me a
to its
little.
entirety, and they basically crushed Orlando. Second game was closer. Third game they let get away, and the fourth one was basically back to status quo.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, hey Mets, listen, man. I hope that Tibbs learns to be a little bit more flexible, especially tomorrow in a closeout game, and especially if we come out blazing, which I think we will. I hope we will. We'll see what happens, and I hope you're right, brother. I hope he opens it up a little bit and gives these guys a little bit of time, like they deserve, because we need everybody out there. We'll see what happens.
For all our sakes, better.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. But hey, man, I thank you for the call, Mets. I appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you.
Welcome. Night.
All right, man. Good night. Hey, we got another caller calling in. All right. Caller, you are on live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, you know who this is.
I
It's
knew who
Ron
it
and
was. I saw the
John.
name, but I was
What's
like, I didn't want to say it.
good?
I was my
What's
brother
going
from
on,
another
bro?
mother. I miss you, man.
Yeah. I miss you, bro. It's like crazy, man, not being able to jump on with you. Yeah, man.
What's up,
So,
John? How you doing? Yes,
yeah,
that's right,
I,
guys. That's
I,
SKF
I was
Weekly John
listening to
right
Mets
there.
go. I was listening to Mets go in. I was like, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, man,
but
how's
valid
everything? How
points,
you
though. I
feeling,
give
bro?
them
We
that.
haven't we
Yeah,
haven't
valid
talked.
points.
We haven't really talked.
We haven't, man. I've been super busy with the little one, with the oldest one, I should say. You know what I mean? Travel baseball, basketball, doing daddy duty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But things are good, man. Things are good. Can't complain. He's doing well. His team came in second in a tournament travel team tournament this past weekend. So it was a wood bat tournament. So that was pretty cool. He won a little medal. So yeah, man, it's good,
Hey.
man. Basketball. He hasn't played a tournament game yet. So we're waiting to see when that starts. I think next Sunday, or this Sunday actually, they have the tournament game. Yeah, man.
Nice.
And
I'm
then our
glad
Knicks,
things are
man, we one
progressing,
game
man.
away.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, man. What you been thinking, man? You been seeing these games? You see how these Knicks been playing?
Yeah, I've been watching more highlights than catching games. That's the crazy part, because because of these tournaments. But from what I'm seeing on highlights, it looks like we're taking care of business. We're gonna be able to, God willing, pull out the game tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then we'll see what it looks like come the second round of the playoffs against Boston, which is going to be tough. I know Boston hasn't completely solidified their win yet, but I think it's it's almost written already that they're going to surpass Orlando. I think we have
Right.
a shot at closing out tomorrow. I hope that we do, but that's a tough team in Detroit. They're just young, you know what I mean, and so their inexperience is starting to show to close out games. And we've been taking advantage of that. So that's key for us. But we got to come out, early. We got to be hitting our shots early and not, losing sight of starting the second half better than we have been, because we can't give up leads like we had. What was that lead that we have this last game, and then we gave it all up.
We went up
16?
15, and like they cut it
15.
in like 2 minutes.
That's crazy. Like we can't. We got to do better than that. You know what I mean? As a team, and then I think we had some big stops at the end. OG and Macau, stepped up and played big. I think Towns had a couple of good defensive plays at the end, but I think we haven't played a full 48 of strong defense. Not like
Hmm.
we've seen last year, and so I'm hoping that they turn it around and really do a good 48 minutes of strong defense. Um, yeah, man, that's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
no,
at.
I agree, brother. I hope they come out guns blazing tomorrow and do what they got to do, and really try to take this Detroit team out. Like, take their heart. Like, do something to take they're a young team, so I don't know if they got. I don't know if they would want to continue to fight and play hard once if they take the Knicks' best shot. Like, if the Knicks come out and put one of them 40-point, 45-point first quarters on them, I don't know how they're gonna react.
That's a fact, and that's what we're gonna need. And I think the New York crowd is gonna help bolster our offense, and then hopefully
Hmm.
when Mitch comes in and plays some solid minutes defensively, we can bolster the defensive side of the game, because I think that's that's what we're missing. Like that strong defense from start to finish. We haven't had that. So, but I think our offense is going to be there. We just got to start to bully them a little bit, and like you said, start early, start often, and hopefully they don't have a chance come the fourth quarter. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm with you on that, dude. So I gotta ask you this, because like this is like everybody's going crazy about this. It's obvious. How do you feel about our Achilles heel, our bench? We thought our bench was bad in the regular season. It is non-existent
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, a part of that is Deuce hasn't been knocking down his shots in a consistent basis, right? Like that's been a key
Right.
factor for him. It's like not being able to knock that down. His open threes that he hit last season, and he was so clutch for us at last playoff season. You know what I mean? So, hoping he could turn that around and he could get off to a good start. I think that's the key. It's just it'll help his confidence when shooting it. And then I don't know if the last game did Tibbs go away from Shamit last game?
Shamit played 44 seconds, bro.
Yeah, so he went away from Shamit and he played Payne with Deuce more. So I don't think either one of them played more than 20 minutes, right? So
The only thing I can't figure out. I understand Deuce is struggling. Like, that's obvious. We all see Deuce is struggling. Defensively, he's
right.
been okay, but he had, I don't know. Sometimes offense affects your defense too. So, but I don't know what's going on with Shamit. Because it's not like I haven't seen
Right.
Shamet do something that would make Tibbs say, I can't play you. Shamet has played now 4 minutes in one game, 4.5 minutes in another game, and 44 seconds in this last game. And he hasn't attempted a shot in 3 games, bro.
I think a lot of that is also Tibbs relying on a limited bench. I mean, he likes to go, he likes to shorten his rotation anyway in the playoffs. So he's really just looking to go 7 deep, maybe 6. He's not really trying to expand on the rotation. And I think it's to his detriment, right? Like, this is partly why Knicks fans get so upset at the coaching style, his philosophy, because he's running the starters heavy minutes, and some could say that they're gas in the fourth quarter, or they're coming out flat in the third because they know they gotta sort of like they gotta save themselves for the fourth quarter, because if they give it all in the third quarter, they don't have anything in the tank in the fourth quarter. So I don't know. It's all questionable, but we know this is who Tibbs is, and how he runs the team. And so, it shouldn't be a surprise for any Knicks fan to see it coming. You know what I mean? So, but hopefully it works in our favor this round, and then next round, we'll see. We'll see if he's able to adapt, because the Celtics are just a deep, deep team, and we're gonna need as many guys off the bench as possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he continues to, I can understand maybe he feels like this is what I need for this series. But if he feels like this same style of play and style of rotation is going to work in Boston, it's not. We're going to get gassed. See, then we definitely going to get gassed. And we're going to get blown out.
Oh yeah, and it's proof. The proof was in the regular season, and so like, even though we played more players in the regular season, just the Celtics' depth alone, bro, they're just a better team, overall right now. They have a deeper bench, and so we're gonna have to rely on a lot of our guys that haven't really had heavy minutes, like Achua, like Shamet, to really play some extra minutes down the stretch into the second round of the playoffs, if we want to contend for a championship. It's the only way we have the ability to, the only way we have a chance of winning and beating the Celtics.
Yep, I'm with you, brother. Hey, man, listen, it's weird because you're not here live and in person on the screen, but you on the phone, brother.
Yeah.
You got any final words?
Man, as always, bro, and to the fans out there, thank you for always supporting SKF and supporting Ron, because he's doing an awesome job holding it down for us while I'm not available as I used to be. But again, stay safe out there, stay blessed, and like I always say, looking forward to the next one. Stay strong, Ron. Stay safe, stay blessed. We talk soon.
All right, my brother. Yeah, I gotta hit you on your jack. We haven't chopped it up. I didn't even realize that till you called it. I'm like, I haven't talked to this man in a minute. I was crap.
Say no more, man. It's just busy, bro. It's all good. We talk soon. God bless.
All right, bro. Have a great night, man, and definitely tell your son I'm wishing greatness for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta send you some bids.
All right, sounds good. All right, my brother.
All right, peace.
Later, bro. Later. All right, my guy. Let me get this one caller because I know he tried to call before. We'll get him. Caller, can you hear me? You on live SKF Weekly? Your name and where you're calling from?
Yo, Ron, what's good, brother? It's JJ from Brooklyn. How's everything, bro?
JJ, what's happening, man? Brother? What's happening,
up,
bro?
Ron? What's good, brother? Chilling, man.
I can't
Chilling,
complain,
bro.
man. Hanging in there,
man.
Yeah,
No
man.
doubt,
Everything's
Just
going
watching
okay.
this.
Listen,
Nice.
I'm just excited that we have a chance to close it out tomorrow.
Yeah. Didn't look like it, right, for a little while.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. I was going crazy, man. I think my whole neighborhood, heard me screaming when we made that run, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, I was going wild, man. But listen, I gotta give somebody that I've been getting on a lot this season, Bridges. I know we started terribly, offensively, but those 2 threes that he hit in the fourth were huge,
Oh
huge.
yeah, those
You
were
know,
big threes. Yeah.
huge, crucial. I don't think we win without him hitting those 2 threes. So, and they were both tough shots, especially the first one, like well contested. Like, so I got to give him some props. He stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So that was huge, man. So I gotta be real, right? You get on someone and then they hit a couple of big shots. You gotta be real, So I gotta give it his due. That was we don't win without those 2 threes. We just don't. And then Cat, obviously, I mean that sideline shot, 2 huge threes. I mean, that's why I like when I hear guys like Shaq and Barkley get on these centers that shoot threes. Like Shaq, not everybody's you. Like not everybody's as strong as you. Why would you tell someone like Cat, who's probably the best shooting big man ever, to not shoot threes? Like I want him shooting more threes. Like he
Yeah.
does. That's something he does well. Like there's no like you know what I'm saying. Like if that's in your game, why would a center not shoot? Like if you're a great shooter, I don't care how many times you shoot a three. I'm cool with him shooting threes. I would like him to shoot 9 and 10. He's probably the best shooting big we've seen. But
You know what
the
it
one
is?
thing about Cat, yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know what it is, JJ? Those type
Mm,
of centers
yeah,
are more traditional type centers. They don't know what it's like to have that ability to shoot like
right,
that from outside. They can't imagine,
right.
bro. They can't imagine. And
Exactly.
it is incredible. Like
Right.
Cat is incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Not for sure. You're right, though. You're right. But the one thing about Cat, I gotta say, that I don't like offensively is when he gets the ball like from way outside and then he does like those drives. I feel like it rarely works. I feel like he falls down. It's usually kind of like clunky. It's slow. I don't like
Uh-huh.
if you're gonna give him the ball, let it be like a pick and pop three, or let him get lower, let him get closer to the hoop. Whenever he does that, I just almost cringe. Like when he just gets the ball from way outside and he drives, like he falls down. It's very kind of like awkward. That's the only thing I don't like about him offensively. Like I don't know if it's the team as well, like giving him the ball too early. But yeah, I like when he's creating from way outside. But besides that, he's incredible. I mean, you know, uh, hello?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you now. Yeah. Yeah, I could
All
hear
right.
you now.
So
Yeah.
I was just saying the only thing that bothers me about
Mm-hmm.
Cat's offensive game is just
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when he tries to like I like how skilled he is as a big man, and when he's able to contort and move his body and just do certain things like a guard but a big guy doing it, it's incredible. I don't like when he tries to
Right.
do the bull in the china shop thing. Like he's got big feet. You
Exactly.
got to take some gigantic steps, and like trying to get through the
Right.
lane
Right.
when the defense is it's tough. And then every time he
Exactly.
does it, he
Exactly.
reacts like he's getting fouled. And let's be honest, he's not always getting fouled. So that's the
Right.
only thing I
Right.
don't
Right.
like when it comes to his offensive game. But
Right.
other than
Right.
that, he's incredible.
Right. Right. Agreed. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. So listen, I'm not gonna take too much time, man. Listen, let's close this out tomorrow. Hope and pray that Orlando somehow gets one in Boston,
Hmm.
and imagine somehow Orlando makes that series a little longer, and we end it tomorrow. Like that could be a plus.
That would be
Probably
great. I
wishful
think
thinking on the
guys need
Boston
it.
side, but
Yeah.
hey, you never know.
I mean,
You know.
it would be fantastic to be able to buy at least another day or two, so that guys like Jalen Brunson, who are banged up, can get some rest. So, but we'll see.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. I don't want to take too much time. Probably other people want to get in real quick. So, yeah, much love,
Nah,
brother.
man.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
man.
JJ. Thank you as always for the
Appreciate you,
call,
man.
brother. Appreciate you. Let's get it done
Anytime,
tomorrow,
bro.
baby.
Appreciate you, brother.
All
Yes,
right,
sir. And
bro.
let's go Mets, baby.
That's right. That's right. All right, bro. Have a great night.
All right, bro. You too, man. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. My guy JJ. Shout out to the chat once again. Appreciate you guys. Juan Rivera's in the building. What up, Juan? I see you. Shout out to Tori B in the building. Let's go, Tori. What's going on? Good to see you. Got one more caller.
Oh, glad you took me, bro.
Nah, man. I was like, oh, I'll take one more caller, man. Appreciate you, bro. What's happening?
What's good, man? You know, it's Juan, bro.
I know. I could tell. I know. Well, I should say it's Juan because I know your voice already. But yeah, this is Juan, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you, my guy.
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Yeah, man, there's a few
Chilling,
narratives I want to hear. There's a few narratives I want to hear to stop from Knicks fans. The first narrative is that Brunson is selfish. He's had 11 assists. His average is over, he had 9 assists the other game. So that needs to stop. It was like you said, he takes over when he feels like, all right, nobody's scoring. We can't let this game get out of hand. So I don't know how he got those mellow comparisons. My bad.
One second, Juan. I don't want to cut you off. Don't forget your point. I just wanted to tell everybody. So Juan's going to be the last call, guys, because I got to get out of here. I got to go to bed and go to work tomorrow. I got to get Jose's in the background doing his thing. He's got to go to bed and go to work tomorrow. So Juan will be the last caller. Okay, Juan, continue, my brother.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I just never. It was like Melo never had this many assists or had a team game. Because he was power forwards at that time weren't really big assist people, but at the same time, Melo didn't feel like a team guy, and Brunson always did to me. So I don't know why or where this narrative came from, but I think it should stop now. I don't want to hear the cat is soft anymore. He's proven time and time again. I don't know if it's because he's with New York or whatever it is. He's proven to me that he's not soft. And I think there was also a narrative that he wasn't clutch. I don't know if that was I'm making that one up or if that was true, but he was super clutch the last 2 games. It was amazing. So I was glad to see that. My concern is every Knicks fan's concern is the bench. Boston is deep, and it's going to be hard to. And Tibbs doesn't even want to try to see if where was Cam? He had that 14-point explosion. Cam has that in him. I just don't understand why he doesn't at least try a little bit, because at any moment Cam could go off for those stretches like that. He's probably streaky, but I don't know, man. That's the thing that all of the Knicks fans by now is redundant to complain about, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Hey, I think that the funny thing is, I just wanted to say once again, guys, when it comes to this stuff, the playoffs is always about taking your game to the next level, just stepping up. Whatever you could do and whatever you've done well, see if you could do it a little better in the playoffs, because you need to, because the intensity is tougher. And I will say, and I'm just calling a spade for what it is. The only person that we can say consistently every game in this series has stepped up and put up better numbers than the regular season is Jalen Brunson. Now, that being said, I will say that Cat, the way he played defense in that first game, and the way he scored in the other day when he dropped 30, and he looked fantastic, and then how clutch he was with the shooting in the last game. Cat is also he's not meeting his numbers in the regular season, because he's been putting up some crazy rebounding numbers and stuff, but he's stepped up and he's been really big for them. So I definitely appreciate what Cat has done. And honestly, if it wasn't for Cat, we don't win. Right? Automatically, we need Brunson. But if it wasn't for Cat, we don't win, because we just didn't get enough from OG and from Macau. So shout out to both them two fellas, man. There's a reason why they're both all-stars.
But we can say that defensively, OG and Bridges showed up, so at least they got
Yeah.
that because
Yeah, definitely.
they were causing all kinds of havoc and turnovers. Them hands were active.
Yes, they're gonna do what they do. They do that well. I'm not gonna take that away from them. I mean, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They neither one of them can really stop Cade Cunningham because when Cade is a special player, man, they can help. They can slow him down a little bit, but Cade is a monster. He's next up, y'all.
Absolutely.
He's next up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what do you think for tomorrow? You think we're gonna get it done?
I think so. I just don't think Detroit just has that. I think this Knicks team is grittier than we thought they were. They did feel a little bit soft, but it seems like Detroit is actually complaining more than the Knicks, to be honest. I mean, Tibbs doesn't. There's another thing that drives me about Tibbs. He never takes responsibility for anything. That's why I would prefer a different coach. But that's a different conversation for another time. But I don't know. I just think the Knicks are just they don't want to play around. They realize I think they woke up in Game 3 like they're like, wow, we really can't play around with the Pistons because they're here to play, and it could easily been either way. I mean, it could easily be 3-1 Pistons. You know what I mean? So I don't think the Knicks are messing around anymore. You know what I mean? So I think they almost, not that they have to, but they really should, especially to be, like the last caller was saying, want to be as prepared for Boston as possible. So you want to get it done tomorrow. And I have faith the way Cat just woke up, and Brunson's always Brunson. So we need other guys to step up though. Like last year in the playoffs, Deuce stepped up. So I don't know what's going on with Deuce's game right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I agree, man. I'm hoping, like I said, I hope that the change of venue, the change of team helps these Knicks snap out of, the funk that they're in. Like some of the guys, like they can get going again. And maybe, like I said, maybe we can't see it because we're still playing them right now. Maybe we got to give Detroit a little bit more credit than they're getting defensively. Maybe they are doing a lot more that affects these Knicks that we're noticing, and so maybe getting away from them and playing Boston, even though Boston's a better defensive team, they play defense differently though. So maybe that'll help open them up a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to say, that wasn't a foul. But for real, like everyone complains about, like they're all complaining about that foul, but not enough people. I mean, there was like Michael Kay and like a couple, analysts have said, pointed out that Hart got fouled right before he got the ball, but like I don't feel like enough people are pointing that part out. Like Hardaway shouldn't even had the ball at that point because pardon my language, Josh Hart got manhandled right before that. So like I don't care. The Pistons fans. Pistons is just crying, and they wanted to talk about the bad boy Pistons. Like, nah, you look, they just, I don't know, man. Like, I just that game. The whole game was like kind of missed calls. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And that's how it's been the whole series. Like, you had one game where Brunson was all red and marked up, and he could have easily called 4 or 5, 6 fouls in that game. And they didn't call him, so I'm not caring too much about that.
Yeah, no, I hear you, definitely. Well, hey man, listen, I could talk forever. I wish it was still earlier, and I would definitely love to chop it up with you even more, Juan. But hey, I appreciate the call, brother.
Yeah.
Let's go Knicks. Let's get it done tomorrow.
Right.
Let me close out of here and say goodbye to the chat and everybody. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, I really can't do Saturdays anymore because I work. So.
No doubt. All right, we'll adjust, man. We'll look for you on Mondays then. We good.
Yeah, hell yeah. I have a good one, bro.
All right, brother. All right, take it easy.
All right.
All right. So once again, I want to thank everybody who's tuned into the show. Shout out to my guy Kareem Grant in the building. What up, Kareem? Appreciate you. I think there was somebody else. JM3. I think I said what's up to you already, but if I didn't, I appreciate you. Andios is in the building. I think I said what's up, but I've said what's up to so many people. I'm forgetting. He said, Knicks fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give that like button a click, subscribe to the channel, relax, and soak in the experience. Thank you as always, Andios. Appreciate you, my guy. And before I get out of here, I know she's shutting it down. Shout out to Fritz Alcindor Jr. in the building. He says, smash the like button. What up, Fritz? Good to see you, my guy. Wilson Dang is in the building. What up, Wilson? All right. I want to get up out of here so that people can get their rest and my guy Jose can get his rest. But I did want to say one. Oh, shout out to Craig too. What up, Craig? Good to see you. I did want to say one thing real quick to Tori B. Sorry you couldn't get in. I know Corey, you tried to call, Tori, and probably Jay Chosen tried to call in too. Sorry you guys couldn't call in, but next time we'll get you guys in if you want to call back another day. But Tori, yeah, don't worry about it. Saturday was a wild day. I appreciate you for feeling the way you feel. I appreciate that. I know things I've been there. Let's just say I know things can get a little out of hand, especially with what buttons to push. And, buttons were pushed that day. And a lot of people kind of came out and let it be known how they feel about certain things. And yeah, the show got a little crazy. But, I've been doing this, and John, both of us, 4 years or so. So we understand how to navigate and get through it and keep the show where it needs to be. But yes, I definitely would like to try to avoid that in the future. I would tell everybody, just don't let one person, get you out of what makes you feel comfortable. Like, we can have differences of opinion, but it is what it is. Like, don't let it stress you out, because people definitely know what buttons to push. I've been there. So, but appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good night. And, thank you for the love and the support. And as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9-ish for SKF Weekly with myself, hopefully my brother John or whoever's filling in, and then my brother Jose on the ones and twos holding us down. And then on Saturdays at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, as I help talk my fellow Knicks fan off the ledge. We're gonna get through this, guys. We're gonna be all right. Hopefully tomorrow night we take care of business. We get Detroit up out of here and get them out of here convincingly, right? So they can't start complaining. Oh yeah, they didn't really beat us. The refs beat us. Like, come on, give me a break. Get up out of here with that. Let's take care of business and smoke them tomorrow, so they can't say nothing. Anyway, you guys take it easy. Peace out. One yourself, and as I always say, be good. If you can't be good at it. I'll catch y'all. Let's go Knicks, baby. We out of here.
New York Knicks. First. Go Knicks.
We can finally, start playing, man. So much talk this whole summer. It's felt like so long because we've had so much to talk about. At times it's been kind of slow, but we've been talking, right? But we've actually had a really good off season for this New York Knicks team, and it's been very active. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Knicks family, we in the building. I am the Objective Fan from the Objective Knicks Fan channel. And I'm going to give a big salute to Ron and John from Still Knicks Fans.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Knicks family, I'm Stephanie, a.k.a. Blood Sweat Tears. We are still Knicks.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lady and the Chef, from Two Knicks Chicks Podcast. Still a Knicks fan.
What's good, party people in the place to be? It's your main man.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve Relax 21 at Two Knicks Chicks Podcast, and I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yo, this is your boy Sim from Nothing But Knicks. Through all the struggles, through all the heartache and pain, ladies and gentlemen, I am still a Knicks fan.
Peace, y'all. This is Apollo Reed from the Garden Knicks crew. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm still here. We're still here. Still Knicks fans. It's a fandom. It's a lifestyle.